they don't act like humans no more.
Yo. What's good? NOV fam, NOV plan. Yo, you know what time it is? We back with another episode. It's episode 2 of the NOV podcast, Next Level Vibes. Yo, stay tuned for the rest of the show. Hey man, we got a little special guest. You know what I'm saying? We got HBCU's finest, Easy Money. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, just shout yourself out. You know what I'm saying? Who we got here
So
today?
I'm gonna give my first name Cameron. You know what I'm saying? You can follow me on Instagram, Killer Cam 13, but I'm gonna spell out KILLA dot underscore Cam
You
CAM
just like waving a
13.
little now.
Man, appreciate y'all tapping in.
I'm going OD now. So
You're not used to my voice, but get used to the sound. Baby, it's Lucius. But like that's my legal government name, Lucius. Lucius right the third, 3 times. And I'm out here, VP, President's Cam of HBCU Easy Money. Why am I saying it like that? Because we're not trying to make it too long or hard for you. It's easy, not EASY. We do it for the streets. We do it for the youth, for the people who want to know the truth about how to live a better life and get paid while you're doing it. But right now, we just trying to take it to another level. Vibe, you feel me? You feel me?
And I'm the host to the Next Level Vibe, RJ. And this is my client right here. I'll let him introduce himself and his girl.
My name is Jamal. I'm on BMI Bowie Miles Inc. Shout them out. Follow my Bowie Miles Inc. on Instagram. And this my girl Iris. This today's our birthday.
Period.
Oh, yeah.
Sadiatu in the building. Fresh perspective for y'all. You can follow me on Instagram at Kisses from Iris. That's KISSESFRM.IRISS. You know I'm here for a fresh perspective. We on Bowie's Model Inc. Shout out to my org. Love you bad. So yeah, let's get into the podcast.
And go tell her happy birthday if you haven't
Happy
already.
birthday.
It's my birthday. Scorpio season. You know, it's big Scorpio season. If you ain't talking about the Scorpios, then what you talking about?
Yo, happy birthday. Yo, tell them happy birthday. Hey, yo, and I ain't even introduced myself. My name is MCCJ, your one and only MC for tonight, NLV, Next Level Vibes podcast. And we're going to get right to it. And our first topic for today on this podcast is the election, of course, because it's hot right now. And today we're talking about the election results, how it could be, how it should be, how we could fix it, how we could fix the voting system, the verdict.
I'm not gonna lie. I've low-key been trying to stay off social media because this has been giving me great anxiety. And that goes to show how, one, I think the election was rigged. I'm sorry. It was rigged by misogyny and by racism. There's people think, oh yeah, because she's a woman, y'all are only voting for her because she's a woman. No, we vote for her because she's compassionate. She's one of us. She the people for real. Like, you heard what she said. She worked at McDonald's. She understands the struggle. Growing up, she knows what it's like to be a person in this world. She wasn't born with the silver spoon in her mouth. She didn't have everything handed to her. She had to work for her own. And people are talking about, yes, she don't know numbers. Yes, she's not a businesswoman. But look how far she made it, though. She made it up there. For someone who's not a businesswoman, you can learn. Like me being in college as a black woman, I'm majoring in business marketing. It's nothing that you can't learn for real. So I feel like all of that was a BS excuse. And there's a lot of misogyny in the world. And there's a lot of racists in the world. And people, they be talking about we made it known. But no, this election really just showed how much there really is. Y'all gonna vote for a felon, but y'all be the same ones judging the people in prison. And y'all be the same ones, but y'all gonna vote for a felon, a rapist, a pedophile?
Don't see nobody after that. Hey,
but what's your thoughts on that? Like, what's your thoughts on that? If it's a little controversial, it's a little controversial. We're gonna just keep it respectful for us.
That's cool.
Not y'all though. Not saying y'all.
Yeah.
Of course.
You ain't call me out. You want to talk about my name is not Trump. So just to be real clear, I believe in Jesus Christ. If you're gonna find that out, the more you talk to me. So as much as I'm invested, it don't matter. because I know I ain't going, like, at the end of the day, I know where I'm going, for real, for real. My perspective on what happened in the election, I don't look at any of my family and friends with animosity, simply because if you look at the statistics, right, in Maryland, 79, 78% of black men voted for Kamala. And there was more percentage of women that voted than men. So that means our community did what we needed to do, but we just got reminded that we're like a minority over here. Like, it don't matter if everybody got on the same page, the government might not change if we really wanted it to.
Yeah, you good right there.
That's why back in the day when people was pressed about getting their own, because they know like the system isn't always for us. And like, it was just a perfect example of that.
Oh yeah, nah, for real, appreciate that, buddy.
Like, we hold ourselves like we're a very strong and powerful community, but this really shows that the world is bigger than what we think. Like, we really got to go out there, and whatever we do, we got to do it big. We got to reach the other side. Like, we really are the minority, and it's not to go to say it's a bad thing, but we did show out. I'm not gonna lie, we did our thing, and I'm proud because we stood together as a united front, and it showed. But there are bigger enemies that we have to come together to go against. But that's why this election, I'm not gonna lie, I really did not tap into it because
You didn't vote?
I couldn't. There were circumstances that I couldn't. So yeah.
Oh
But
man,
next
I
year,
understand that. I was in the line for like 6 hours, literally.
I would have, if I had the opportunity, I would have. But
6 hours?
Bro.
I was in the back. You came a little long, but we was still a long time, bro. We was sitting there for that long.
yeah.
You know,
I
for
was
real.
about to say, where were you at though? Cause
I ain't gonna lie, like it's a different vibe being in the line on campus or at a college, cause that vibe that you got people that don't want you to cut, then you got people that's cutting. So it's like, yeah, you just had to match the vibe and move accordingly.
I believe economy just wasn't ready for a woman to be president. You know, just they wasn't ready for that history, especially being a black woman. You know, so and it just shows that we living in interesting times.
Turn the music down just a
For
little.
somebody to for somebody to have the background and the history that he has, for him to be representing our country, it just shows what type of values that people really look at when they talk about representing the countries, which is kind of.
So I got a question for you first. So what vibes do you think they should be looking at versus the ones that they are looking at?
Somebody that has integrity, honesty, compassion. Somebody.
And what would examples of these be for real, just so the audience can know and act accordingly?
So, I believe that Donald Trump necessarily isn't looking out for the middle class and lower class people. He's only looking out for the people that's higher up. And I know I heard about the tax cuts and things that he's talking about doing for higher up for the rich people, but it's a lot of things that's he's planning on putting in place that's not going to benefit people, the minority, and just the different things. Like something that's really scary to me is that you're giving the officers free immunity. And
hear about that?
Yeah.
So just looking at the history and the things that our people have went through with no cops, that's, you know what I'm saying, it's just sad and scary. So
yeah, man. The election day, I was driving home. I passed 3 cops, and I felt it in my soul, in my chest every time I drove past them. Because I'm like, damn, if Trump win, they immune. They could do anything they want, to be honest.
One thing about me, I'm very big on the concealed carry, people having guns. Not everybody deserves to have that right to hold a gun.
Yeah, like that's something you gotta earn, man. Like we don't just give children guns. You know what I mean? So it's like, why should we just give an officer a gun that doesn't know how to control that weapon? Because if he's acting like a child, why are we giving him the gun? Like if he's gonna pull it out.
I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not gonna say names, but I know somebody in my family who has a concealed to carry. And
Don't call him out.
oh, I'm not, never that.
Oh,
But
yeah,
it's just
nah.
like I see it from a different perspective where it's just like this is a prime example of why certain people should not have guns. They're not responsible enough. They think it's a joke. They think it's a game. They think that they're playing COD in real life or GTA in real life, and it's not. These are people's lives. Like the fact that we are scared, why we should be joyful. Like this, like we should be happy that there's a new president, but no, we're scared. That's not okay. Like literally the fact that now we're going to be driving in our cars having anxiety, like you could get pulled over, you don't even know you're going to make it home or not. You don't even know if, like, you don't know what's going to happen, and the uncertainty is what's killing me. Like we're anxious, and that's not okay.
That's sad to think about that. You get pulled over, you like, it's a win if I get a ticket. Because you know it
If
could
I
be
get a
way
warning.
worse. But
Nah,
first
for
it's
real.
like you used to think like, man, like I ain't trying to get no ticket. Like hopefully he let me off with a warning. But now it's like I hope he just give me a ticket because I don't want to go anywhere further. I don't want him to, take me out the car or nothing like that, and it leads to a tragic situation. So yeah, we living in some interesting times.
I'm gonna get a little pushback because if a cop wanted to shoot you yesterday, he'd shoot you yesterday because ain't nothing new under the sun. Like down south, people are getting killed and you're just not finding out about it. Especially if a cop does it, and the cop supposed to be the one who solved the murder. So then it's just like off the grid, missing person case. Like I'm not gonna say I'm afraid of any cops. I'm afraid of God because he can do more than the cop. But like I look at it like this, right? You know what I'm saying? If I was God, right, and I wanted more people to pray, I'll put Trump in office. I bet you, like, out of percentage of everybody who don't believe in God, some atheists started praying after they seen, like, the country's red now. Just cause, like, they don't got no hope. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't trust the system. You weren't supposed to trust the system. You're supposed to trust God. And then, I mean, Trump ain't safe. They already tried to get him. Like, the way I see, like, I don't got no confidence in the government. I'm not supposed to. But like, I'm just supposed to get real faith and some real ground in like what I do know. Because we trying to make it about everything that we don't have control over. We got to just focus on what we know.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. But so what do you think the election is contributing to relationships now? Like, how do you think the election affected relationships with Kamala losing and Trump winning, and a lot of black men voting for Trump and a lot of black women or women in general voting for Kamala? So what do you think that's doing? Yeah, we gotta get the girlfriend and boyfriend opinion too.
It's a different election because with this election it's almost like you either with me or against me, and there's certain things that he's trying to put in place that's not equal, that's not giving us equal rights, and especially it's not, when I think about my mom, my sister, my grandma, it's not beneficial towards them, and he's taking away their freedom of doing what they choose to do with their body. So obviously that's not right. And man, what was I just thinking about?
Because like this is the relationship aspect of it. So like, what do you think is happening to a lot of people's relationships right now?
It's about to be real complicated now. But I was gonna mention this because based off the percentage, I don't remember what exactly the percentage with black men.
78% black men, and someone look it up, fact check me.
Yeah.
But it's like more than 78% of women voted for Kamala.
I believe
not our community's fault.
Yeah, I believe our community did their job. But however, I was talking about this earlier. A lot of the black men that, like, a lot of people that you've heard like, oh, I ain't voting, or they might hear say something slick. We might probably even need them to vote because you know who they was voting for really. So I think our community did their job. Yeah. So like, I know they saying everybody should vote, but some of them didn't need to vote because like, they weren't helping. They wasn't on your side anyway. So, but I think as a whole, from looking at the percentage and everything like that.
How do you think about those who voted and didn't do their research. Like they just voted. They just picked somebody based off social media.
What do I think about them?
Yeah, how do y'all feel about that? Yeah.
That was me, bro.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say because for me, I didn't have no deep research into voting. I knew some basic things about the abortion rights and the. I know he was talking about like when it comes to like FAFSA and things of that nature, like that stuff about to get cut out. So when you talking about trying to get an education, it's about to be tough if you ain't got no money for real. And then like obviously with the immunity things like that, I knew like the basic stuff like that. So when I looked into voting, me personally, I looked into it more so of just like it wasn't. I looked at it as like my vote could help my community as a whole. Some people probably just vote looking at it how could it benefit them, and I think that's the mindset of people when they go into voting. Like, oh, this is not gonna change my life. Like, I'm gonna be the same person, whoever's president. But you got to consider others because everybody's situation is different. So it might not necessarily benefit you, but it's gonna benefit so many other people. So,
I
yeah,
feel like now there's a big struggle with this. Like, there's a lack of humanity. Like, we could talk about it, we cannot, but people are not, they don't act like humans no more. Everybody is going through something. And one thing Kamala said that really, like, she was like, we're a lot more in common than y'all realize. Like, everybody, I feel like this election was, it put us against each other. Like, the propaganda was real. Like, they really put us against each other, but I feel like now is the time where we have to stand together more than anything. Put our differences aside and really like focus on how we can help the nation heal.
Definitely.
Because at this point, we're going towards ruin. Like he's trying to abolish the female reproductive rights. He's trying to disregard the student education, like the whole education board. Like he's really trying to take away necessities that's like that really help us. So we need to figure out how we can help each
I'm
other
not gonna
instead of
lie.
helping ourselves. Like we got to put the selfishness down and really help each other. Like humility is a big thing. And it's just like now we got somebody like what it say on the dollar bill?
In God we trust.
In God we trust. They don't even put God into any factor. They treat us like political pawns, like we're little chess pieces that they can move around. They don't treat us, they don't see us as human beings. So
Yeah, a
now
whole heart to
we
say.
really gotta like we
Oh,
gotta
for
up on
real.
our humanity. Like that's why me, I don't care. I'm gonna always help whoever I can whenever I can. Not saying everybody gonna do that, but it's just like there's a lack of humanity and that will be the death of us. Like literally. This whole
Yeah.
thing was put to put us against each other.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it really affects you as much as you let it affect you. So
There
when
we
we
go.
saying that, like, yes, it was set up in a way to oppress us in a way if you let it oppress you. So things like the books and like the book ban processes and things of that nature. Okay, the book holds the knowledge, but it's people who hold the knowledge too. It's people that have read books and
Somebody had to write that book.
exactly.
Like
So the knowledge doesn't just disappear because of the books. It just becomes banned information, I guess, but like why would we ban information like if it's the truth, you feel me? So with that being said, I feel like you always got to find an angle in order to make something work for you. Like I'm not going to let anything that the president does affect me. Like now
absolutely.
mind you, I'm going to live within conform of what I have to conform with,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day I'm going to still be me and my morals stand above all throughout all my decisions.
No, for
Let's
sure.
get some. Let's get some
That was
toxic
peak.
messages.
A lot of
Man.
people don't have
Let's
morals.
get that.
Like a lot of people don't know what their morals are, and that's why me, raised as an African God-fearing woman, like I have morals, I have values, I'm determined. So whatever happened in the election, whatever is going to happen in the future, I'm not gonna let it knock me. Yes, I have great anxiety. Yes, I'm scared. Like I'm 20
So
today.
okay,
Like
I got a question for you. So with you being God fearing and everything, I heard this from somebody else, and I don't know where they got their source from, but I heard somebody tell me that Trump was a God fearing man. How do you feel about that? Like, do you feel like he is a God fearing man, or do you feel like you can relate to him in that way? Or do you like say your thoughts on that?
so me, I'm never gonna knock with somebody. If Trump says he's a God fearing man in his own eyes, if that's what he thinks, because who am I to say what a perfect Christian is? We were all born sinners, but it's just like his actions. Do I agree with them? No. Do they correlate with my
Right.
religious standpoints and my actions, how I would act? Oh no, I would never. The things that he's done morally, I don't understand his mentality. Yes, he's a strong businessman. Yes, he has good, strong aspects. I'm not going to say he's the worst human being ever, but his moral standpoint is not okay for someone to lead this country. He's selfish. He's very, very selfish. He doesn't want to help the better of humanity. He doesn't want to help America be great again. Because when was America ever great? Like, we're gonna keep on talking about that. America was never great. It was built off the back of who? Okay, and he wants to hurt us. All the things he's doing, what community is it going to hurt? Us. So it's just like I can't let what he's saying. I would not consider that a God fearing person, but if he says he is, kudos to him. But
It was
me,
never great for us.
it was never. That's why we
Yeah.
gotta stand together and help each other.
But it's never been great. It's never been great for
It's
us.
never been
Ever.
great for us.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
system was always
If
built against us,
if anything, this is the best it's ever been for our community because we have more freedom than we ever did. We have more opportunity to
We
do
have
what
freedom
we
of
want to do.
speech,
Right.
freedom to work, do whatever we
Yeah.
want to do, freedom to have this podcast and talk about things of this nature, freedom to cut hair however whenever I
Right.
want, you feel me? Things of that nature for real.
Like it was one point we was getting killed for wanting to educate ourselves.
For walking on the
Like-
street, literally.
Right. It was one point we had to pay to vote. You know what I'm saying? It was so it we've come such a long way, but we got so far to go.
Yeah.
But I wanted to piggyback to what you were saying. Like, I'm never gonna give a human the power to say what my destiny's gonna be. That's always in the control of God. You know what I'm saying?
You and God.
So,
Because you are the one who moves.
Right.
God is the one who guides you. So
absolutely.
do that with
Leave
him.
it all up to God as you're supposed to. All the struggles, all the worry, all the anxiety. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave it up to God. He gonna handle that for me. But what I can do is take charge of my own destiny. I'm in school. I'm gonna lock in with school. I'm gonna get to where I need to
And
be.
with
I'm gonna
knowing
set
that,
my foundation
there's no
so
need to
I can
fear.
use that to help who I can help, to help my community. Because I'm gonna get this business degree. I'm gonna go out and help my community. I'm gonna go out
Amen.
and help them with housing. I'm gonna go out and give back to my community. I'm gonna use what I got, and I'm gonna take advantage of it. We have to stop with the incompetence and the ignorance. We got to go out and learn for ourselves. We got to stop making excuses for ourselves and stop focusing on what's getting taken away and start focusing on what we have. How can we use that and implement it? Because a lot's getting taken away, but what do we have that we can use to really build? Like,
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
but she
But-
eating early for this birthday dinner.
I'm not gonna lie.
we got to humble ourselves.
yeah.
Stop looking to social media to be the next person. Stop looking to social media for all your information. You literally, like how they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, we are all beautiful within our own self. We got to learn how to take that what we have and use it for the greater good. Like, worry about yourself in that sense. Be selfish in that sense. Like, stop looking to social media to literally for all the information. Like how with the election, everybody's going to social media to find out their information on who to go vote for. You got to do your own research. Like, we literally have Google at our disposal. AI, like, as much as I hate AI and all of that, we have all this information at our disposal. We really just got to use that to lock in. Like,
Amen. Couldn't have said it better.
No, definitely. Trying to think my train though. Yeah, we definitely do need to lock in. Yeah, we have to stop comparing ourselves to other people and find our own identity, find our own lane. And in this society, one of the reasons why we can't continue to, especially in our community, one of the reasons why we can't continue to go up is because we have a problem helping the next person. Like when we get to a certain position, we can't.
You talking about the black tax?
Let's talk about it. What is the black tax?
Would you guys pay the black tax? All right, so
What do you mean by the black tax? Because I might.
man, so
Yeah, let's let the audience know what the black tax is.
one of the white professors at the school, we was talking about easy money. That's our podcast. You know, we don't believe college students should be broke. Straight up, there's too much money going around today. People become billionaires, and they think college students are supposed to be broke. Cap.
like, you want us to go to college so we can make your economy better. We are the building, like, we're trying to evolve ourselves by taking the step to put ourselves in financial ruin to be better than, so we can break our generational curses and be better so we can go off and be billionaires and millionaires and set the stone. Because a lot of us are first times for our family. Like, we're over here literally breaking ground. Like, we should not be broke.
Definitely.
I don't believe that college students should be broke. Like, they should be helping us.
Do you believe while you're in college, some you might have to sacrifice temporary money to ultimately make the money that you want to, and build the network and the relationships to get where you want to go?
I'm literally doing that right now. Last year in August, I literally no my senior. Let me a little backstory. Little backstory. I'm the first daughter, the oldest, so responsibility and me go hand in hand. My senior year, I turned 18 November last 2 years ago, March. I bought my first car. It was a used car, but still. Now I got in an accident last year, August, lost everything, had to hit rock bottom. Mind you, I'm in school now, paying for this by myself, like doing payment plans, all of that. I want to get another car. I'm saving up. Literally, I have not, my birthday, this is the first time I literally splurged on myself, went and did my hair, went and like about to go eat a nice dinner. I've been literally saving every paycheck. If I'm not paying my school fee, I'm literally paying to put food in my stomach, or I'm paying for transportation, or I'm like, my money is never my own. It's always going into something for my future, for school, for my future car, because I'm about to get another car and I will. Like, I can't even spend my own money that I'm making because it's like minimum wage isn't even minimum wage no more. Like, yeah.
Yeah, a job. Someone said is just over broke. Like you ain't living good with the job. Like you need more than that. So like this is what the black tax is for those who don't know. This is what I was told, and if it sounds wrong, look it up yourself, please.
Yes,
The
please
black,
do
ta-
your research.
yeah, do your due diligence. The black tax is when any African American gets more money than they usually have without even telling anybody. They cut it off. Just like tax, you don't talk about taxes. You just get taxed. They send some money to a loved one. NBA players. Why is it that some NBA players join the NBA, they owe their mom a car, they owe their family a house? How much of the percentage you think it like? That's like 40% of their check before they even enjoy it. They're paying for somebody else. That doesn't happen in other communities. When I got 2,000, my brother got 200. He didn't ask for it. He didn't see it coming. It's just like tax.
It's in the African culture strong. Like in the African culture, your first paycheck. Like I hated that so bad, but it's a
Yeah.
long stemming thing in the black community. Literally in African culture, your my culture, I'm Sierra Leonean. The first paycheck you get, whether it's my first paycheck was $160. They took that. Hmm? Yeah. Period. Yeah, that's my
Uh-huh.
neighbor for real. The
You
first
already
paycheck
brothers and
gets
sisters.
taken, divided onto the family. I didn't even get my first paycheck. Mind you, this is the first bit of little money I ever had to my name. Got taken. It goes straight to the family. They divide it amongst themselves. So
Black tax at the prime.
literally, you go to college. What's your family saying? Go so you can make money for us. So you could. I literally told my family like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna flip houses. I'm gonna start my own little interior design business. Make sure you make me a house. Make sure you build me a house. Make sure you. Why do what?
So
Why?
look at that. Look at that. So it's almost like our parents are putting so much hope into us at the same time. So like the way we use that hope in order to get stuff for them, right? But let's say we use that hope, that same hope, and manifest it into the greatness that they want to see us have. And once we do that, then you give back. Everything happens in order according to a timeline. You can't jump early to the gifting everybody when you don't have the funds to be doing that.
It creates this pressure and like just extreme pressure, and we should be using that for motivation for ourselves, but instead it's like turning into we got to work hard so we can make sure our family's proud, so we can be better than. Because me, I feel like I want to, like, when I have kids, I want them to be better than me, not for them to come and
That should be the
take
goal.
care of me.
The
Amen.
very parent.
Like, I want them to be better for themselves. Like, I'm gonna set the foundation. Like, that's why I don't want to have kids until I know I can give them everything they need to be the best that they can in
I
this
agree.
world. Because I know when I have kids, like how I'm gonna do for my mom, I want to make sure that I'm a better version than my mom, so that I can show like she did good. Like, I want her to feel like she did good raising me. Like, I want to make sure that I beat teen pregnancy. I did that. I'm gonna be the first to graduate college, and I'm gonna be the first to really set my stone. Like, I'm gonna be the first to hit millions. I'm gonna be the first to break the generational curses. I don't care. And that's all I want. Like, you want your kids to be better than you. You want your kids to do better for themselves, because we didn't ask to be put in this world. We did not. But if you do right by them, they will do right by us. Simple.
Hey man, shout
Amen.
yourself out one more time. You really been spitting. I ain't gonna lie.
You
You know
know,
we put
it's
together. Y'all was
Sadiatu.
good. Y'all
Kisses
Yeah.
really
from
put like
Iris.
some knowledge. So really shout yourself out. Follow.
Thank
Shout
y'all,
out for me,
thank y'all.
bro.
It's been a pleasure. I'm not gonna lie, I got to talk my stuff today, but you know, Sadiatu is what we're going by. God given name is Iris Sadiatu. My Instagram, you can reach me at kisses from Iris. That's KISSFRM.IRSS. See you later.
You gotta say
Amen.
it 2 times. You gotta say it 2 times.
2 times. I don't think y'all heard me. That's KISSESFRM.IRISS. Kisses from Iris.
Yep, we gonna leave it in the description down below.
Yeah,
Make sure
yeah.
y'all hit that follow button. Man.
Oh, for real.
love while you at it.
The follow button and the notifications, cause you better tune in next time they do this.
Amen. Because this the next level vibe right
Next
here.
level vibe.
You feel me? I guess I'm shouting myself out right now.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Did we talk about like real quick? Did we talk about your podcast as much? Because did we talk about the topics that were on yours? Because we could go ahead and segue into that
Oh,
right now if
alright.
y'all want to do just one
Alright,
last
yeah,
little
that's
topic.
cool.
You got the
That's
time,
cool.
CJ?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, all right, a little bit.
6:15.
Oh, all right. We got like
Listen.
5 minutes just to go ahead and go through on that for real.
Yep. Hey, man, we gonna have
I can segue that unless
Easy Money, you know what I'm saying, show us a little bit on a topic. I heard a little bit, correct me if I'm wrong, is money more valuable? Is that the question?
Well, the question is,
What's worth more than money?
what's worth more than money?
Okay, what's worth more than money? All right.
So we elaborated on that. To summarize it, I'm gonna say, one of the big things I said is time is worth more than money because it's something that you can't get back. Amidst other things, my relationship with God, family, my health, but I elaborated a lot on time because that's key. Um, how you spend it, who you spending it with, could either make you or break you.
Time is what you make it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, absolutely.
So
So,
like the time that we have right now is worth more than the time we'll have later. Because the time we spend right now determines how we get to use our time later.
Exactly.
If you
It's
spend your
living in the
time
moment.
working for someone else's dream, you're gonna wake up not in yours. Because it's like in this economy, right? Like the things that people brag about, saying that they're doing good in life. Okay, they got a job, they have a car, they have kids. These are all things that we want, but if they're not in the right time, that's not a good thing to have. Straight up. So like kids, you gonna have kids. Yeah. But if you had them too early, is it good or bad?
It's bad, and I've seen that literally ruin my family because there's people in my family that would be great. They would accomplish way more, like farther beyond measures. But kids are expensive. Like financial
Yeah,
burden
kids are
has
expensive,
ruined
man.
most families, most marriages, most of everything. Financial burden.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
one thing I will never want to experience or ever. That's why that commitment, you got to make that commitment to yourself.
Straight up, not
Yep.
down.
Straight
Yo,
up.
what's something that you know you want, that you know you're gonna have, but you know right now it's not the right time for it?
That's a good question. What I think I know that I want and I know I can't have, man, it gotta be my business, man. For my business to like prosper to 100% at its peak. Because I take a lot of time to myself doing schoolwork and doing this podcast and a whole bunch of other little things that I don't have time to code every day. Because
What's
my
your
business,
business?
I code and stuff like that. So, yeah, I code websites and stuff for little businesses and stuff. So, real life, I feel like taking that time and effort to code, I could be doing to like do self care and like, you know what I'm saying, keep myself up, if that makes sense.
Shout out to all the local businesses.
So like, why is now not the right time?
some I don't never think it's perfect time.
Nah, it's never perfect time, but you gotta get the first time stuff out the way. So with us, we just started this podcast. So we
Yeah,
got
our
the
first
first
one was
episode, the
3 days
first
ago.
time doing certain stuff out the way. So now we can be able to maneuver, be able to change our plan based off of how we want to. So that's what's going on with this.
That's what's
And
going on right
if I throw
now.
my business in right now, I'm gonna have to get the first time.
Let me speak on that because I started a business and I wasn't ready. I'm not even gonna lie. I have a whole hair page. I do hair. I do everything. I do wig installs, braids, twists. My prices are reasonable. I have the outlay. I have the project. I have the vision, but I wasn't ready mentally, and that caused me a setback because now I lost motivation and I feel like I'm too far behind. And I'm gonna get back on it because it's never like there is really never the right time, but there's a time that's way more convenient that fits your because you got to make sure you're mentally there because to hold a business you got to be consistent, you got to be like you have to be consistent,
Keeping the sideburns
you
right,
have to be innovative,
keeping the sideburns right.
so yeah.
I hate you.
Sure.
I hate you. Because there's one thing about doing something, and then there's another thing about being
Facing.
successful at it. A lot of people, I think it's over 50%, right, of people who start businesses, they serious, right? They putting their life toward it. They remain small businesses forever. They're not working 9 to 5. They're working 24/7. Whenever they get time to work, they work.
I'm not gonna lie, like something about that, like I don't think I have a small business. I have a business. I think just the way we speak diminishes our businesses sometimes. Cause like I cut hair. That's just a business that I have. I don't call it a small business, but I got 2 clients or 50 clients. It's just a business, and I feel like the language that we just adapt and like commonly communicate is it's literally it's a spell.
You said a spell?
That's why we're spelling.
Words are
That's
power.
why we
Like,
spell words.
Y'all need to tap into
Yeah.
affirmations and manifesting because that works. I'm telling y'all, literally speaking to God, that's one thing that I've realized because I may not have much, but when I talk to God and I really sit down and have my quiet time, anything that I want or that He feels that I need, when you talk about it, you will get it. I'm not gonna say I'm spoiled, but mentally I am spoiled, and it's in a good way. Like I'm humble, but I'm spoiled because I know what I have is what I need for the moment. I never want more than I need. That's one thing about me. I'm content with what I have. Like,
Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
what? Amen. Say it again.
Preaching all day.
Because
Lord is my shepherd, I shall not
birthday
want.
magic
I
with
never
her.
want more than I have because if I don't need it, I don't need it. I'll tell God what I want and it'll come in my own time. And when I have it, I got it. Simple.
So in conclusion, someone really couldn't pay you to have a successful business right now because you wouldn't have the life that you have right now. And if someone pays you to have kids right now, like they doing in some countries, it's not worth the money.
They paying people to have kids in other countries.
Fact check me, yeah.
In Asia, they said it was paying black men to make and have kids and stuff like that.
That's
I've been seeing
insane,
that around
bro.
like social media.
Because the birth rate is so low.
How real?
Yeah.
That's
Look,
insane, bro.
Don't ever believe that you're a broke black man. Broke is a mindset because you can get out of America and just have some kids for laying it down. I'm not supporting it or telling you to do it. All I'm telling you is that there's money. There's always gonna be money around. Just do what God got you here to do, and then you're gonna be having a good time being around doing whatever you need to do. Like if he hated cutting, he wouldn't be cutting.
Not at all. I would do this for free.
But like when it gets down to it, I believe that we're here for a purpose. We don't got to focus on getting paid for our purpose because the purpose comes for like more than we can ask, think, or imagine. If you do what you love and God is love, that's how you know you're doing something with God. Jesus Christ, to be specific. All right, y'all.
Hey, man, thank you for tuning in. This is the end of our Love Me podcast with our lovely featured guest, Easy Money. Yo, stay tuned for Easy Money.
Tap
Stay
into the
tuned
next
for
level
LV.
vibe, y'all.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in.
Did it again.